everyone, and welcome to another episode of the vlog. In today's episode we're doing a midweek review, and we're reviewing a product that is not new to me, but it's been a while since I've last reviewed one. And what we're talking about here is the legendary OBDeleven. Now, OBDeleven, this little product here, I've had this now for over 3 years, and it's pretty much really served me well. But there's one issue that I have with this product here. This is the old version here. You can see it's old because it's yellow. That's how old it is. But one issue that I had with this version of OBDeleven was that it was only available for an Android phone. There was never one for iOS or an iPhone. Now, although I have Windows and I work with Windows for my day-to-day job, my systems that I have here, I have a MacBook Pro, I have an iPad, and I have an iPhone. So I'm fully immersed in the Apple infrastructure, so to speak. So I really wanted an iPhone version of OBDeleven, and of course about 18 months ago they did just that thing and released the version for the iPhone. Now, I haven't done anything with that for a while because I just wanted the product to kind of bake in and to be able to establish itself in the marketplace before we reviewed it. And so now we have the opportunity to review it, and I have a really excellent version, the Pro version, which is the version that if you're gonna go for this, that you should get. So let's take a look at that. Okay, so OBDeleven comes in 3 different flavors. It has the professional version, it has the ultimate version, and it also has the Billy Basic version. Now, for the Apple Mac or the Apple version, the basic version comes in at £51, with the Pro version coming in at £86. But with the Pro version, you do get 200 credits to go with it. And then, of course, the Ultimate Pack, which is £154.81, and that you get unlimited credits, so you can do as many retrofits or changes to the system as required. So there's a product in a nice little nutshell. But why would you want to get this? I mean, there are other players in the marketplace that are equally as well, but for me, VCDS and OBDeleven are the only 2 choices that I would go for, because of the fact that they are made specifically for VAG vehicles, and therefore the people who obviously deal with them, they know what they're talking about. Now, this version, there is a gameplay. I'm going to come on to that as we progress through the video. But in comparison to this and VCDS, both of them have their usage. VCDS has been around for many years, and this is the new upstart, although it's been around for some years now. So it's a clear established player in the field of OBDeleven's systems for VW vehicles. But OBDeleven have gone a step further, I think, because what they've done is they've given us a modern day app that we can use on our mobile phones. Yes, true, VCDS does have its mobile app, but it is a scaled down version of the full blown feature. And if you've been a user of VCDS like I have been for many years, the app itself has not changed, and that's because of the clientele that normally use it, which is garages, etc. Whereas this is designed for your millennials who are used to using apps, etc. Although a number of professional outfits also use this, including myself. The one thing I do love about this is that it's very easy to get used or to start using. The interface is very clear, it's very easy to follow through. You could basically get running with this within a few minutes. The app that comes with it is brilliant as well. I love the way it looks on the Apple, and we'll take a look at that in a second, and we'll take a look at some of the features that it does. I think for me, the one thing that I do enjoy that beats VCDS is the one-click ability to do retrofits. Now, if you don't know what retrofits are, that's where you fit parts to your vehicle that weren't fitted by the manufacturer. Then comes the coding to activate that. A number of the most popular retrofits are already pre-configured in OBDeleven, and you just pay using the credit system to activate that, and you can do that with one click, whereas the VCTS method you have to go through long coding, etc., and that's for some a little daunting, which makes this very good. Right, let's take a look at this in the car and see how we get on and see what options are available to us. Now, of course, fitting this is very simple. This goes into your OBD connector. Now, in most Volkswagen cars, they are either down below the driver's steering wheel, or in very rare circumstances they might be on the passenger side. But let me show you where they are in the Golf here, the Golf 7.5. Okay, so in the 7.5 you can see the purple plug just below here, and the OBDeleven just plugs in like so. Once she's in, she'll start glowing red, and that shows that she's receiving power. You then need to connect your phone, and then once you connect your phone to that, it will then turn blue. Okay, so once you get your phone connected up, we'll basically start the app on your phone, and then you connect up to the device. Select the OBDeleven in the device settings, and then you're good to go. You then need to put your PIN in, and once your PIN is in, you'll then be able to connect to your system. So here you can see that it is detecting the vehicle, and once it connects to the car, then we're good to go. You can see the Volkswagen. Now, the one thing that's very important, make sure that your battery is fully charged. You can see that mine is at 14.4 volts. That's good. The good thing about OBDeleven is it will show you the state of charge for the vehicle. So it's reading the control units, and once it's finished doing that, we can then go into the module. So this might take a little while, so you might just want to I don't know, make yourself a cup of tea while this is going on, have a browse through a magazine, etc., and you know, do your thing. So here's some lovely music to take us through to the next stage. Cool. Okay, so we're now here at the main screen now, and you can see through the dials that we've got our engine light, ABS, airbags, etc. Now we can do a scan, and it will then pick up any faults that we want to do, but that you've seen before. What I want to show you is some of the really cool apps that you can get here. So as we spoke about, this one tap app control, where you can just quickly buy or make adaptation changes to your vehicle without doing the long coding. So if we go here to apps, we can see that we have adjustments, we have retrofits, and we have workshop. We'll come on to workshop in a second, but when you look at the workshop here, or adjustments, you can see that on my car I have simply loads. So this is the Golf GTE, and there are so many things that we can do, and there's one or two things that I want to particularly look at. So here we've got ambient colors. So the standard color on the Golf GTE is blue, and if we go into that, it says the vehicle must have an ambient color function. Now this has two colors, white and blue, so I'm not sure whether the ambient colors will work, but do you know what, we're gonna go for it, and we'll see if we can change the value. Actually, if we can't change the value, then it won't let you actually do it. So let's see if we can. So we want to do 10 colors. We'll try that and see what happens. See if it activates it. Like I said, not every car has this, and it has to have the color ambient change. So we'll see if it will work with our car here. Okay, so it actually has worked here now. So the system has rebooted, and we should now be able to select different colors, and we'll take a look at that in a second. Okay, so going back here again, there are so many things that we can choose from. There is over 30 different options that we can choose. That's how extensive it is for this vehicle. Okay, looking at retrofits. So retrofits, these are items that you would need to normally fit the part. Now on here we have power folding mirrors. Well, my car, because it's the advanced version, has that already. LED footwell, again we have that. Bulb diagnostic reverse light, we have that too. Bulb diagnostic front fog lights, etc. Puddle lights, we have that. Adaptive turn signal and license or LED license plates. All of these features are already fitted to this car already. So again, these are features that we can have. And again, the beauty of this is one click. And what I've noticed as well is that when you go into some of these features, so for example here, you go into the let's go into here, it will ask you to request them. This is required if you're installing Mark 7.5 European floodlight, and then it gives you a little procedure of what you need to have, and then it obviously gives you a warning that you could damage your car if you don't have the right part in there. So that's pretty good, because before you used to be able to do retrofits, and if your car didn't have the feature, it will still charge you the credit. So you've got a little warning here to just warn you in advance as to if your car can actually do that. Workshop, we can do our pad replacement. That's really good. So basically what it does is on the rear pads, it winds the pads in, or it winds in the motor, so you can remove the pads and then winds them back out again. That's for the handbrake. You can do this in VCDS as well, but it's a much more complicated procedure. In fact, I think I had a video showing how to do that, and it's quite long-winded. Here you pay 10 credits and it will take care of all the coding for you on that. Inspection service reset, oil reset, and basic setting of transmission. You can do all of this through the app. So the app is really designed to be as user-friendly as possible. Now of course you can also do some long coding if you wish to do so, and that is, you know, one of the good things on here, and that's available in the pro version. In the basic version you can't do long coding. So all in all, it's a really good app. And the other thing that I do like about this is the fact that you can if your friend has an issue, you're not using up one of your VIN codes, which you do with VCDS. So VCDS, if you buy the basic version, it comes with free VIN codes. The minute you make any adaptations or changes, you can do a scan for free, but if you try to wipe any codes, that will activate one of your VINs, and then it means you're down one VIN. With this, you can do so without activating any VINs. So you can help out a friend if he's got an issue, and it's mobile as well. VCDS, you normally have to take your laptop with you as well as the cable. So it's a very good tool. I'm absolutely chuffed, because it's now going to be my go-to tool that I will use. Still going to use VCDS, but this now is a bit of a game changer. And in fact, there is one feature about this that VCDS doesn't have. We're going to talk about that in a second. Okay, so background lighting, if you recall, and if you notice now, I can select all the different lightings now. Before it was just blue and white. Now I can select the various different ones. However, the lighting bar here is still blue, so I think that we already have the blue and white settings on here. But the dashboard as well, you can see that we've got different colors, so that's good. So if I change that now, I can change that to a lime. Could you see that change there? And a different color. So basically on the unit here, and if I go to the radio, you'll see that we've got that red headline, or you can see it better on the phones actually. There you go. So we can change the color there, but not on the actual light bar here. We don't have the bulbs in there, it's just a blue. So that's fine, I'm happy with that, because the fact is that we can change that. Right, okay, now let's talk about the secret sauce that OBDeleven has, and that nothing, or VCS doesn't. Okay, so in 2020, Volkswagen, or the VW, the VAG group, introduced SFD, which stands for Schutzfahrzeugdiagnose, which in English stands for Vehicle Protection System. It is a system that protects the vehicle from being intercepted by diagnostic tools and also tuning tools. So if you're a tuning company, you cannot diagnose or you cannot tune a vehicle. It's been very difficult to tune these cars. So it started off with the Mark 8 Golf, and then of course the latest Audi, the 8Y, RS3, etc. are very difficult cars to tune unless you've got the approved Irwin software. OBDeleven are the only company who's been approved by the VAG group to be able to use SFD. So if you've got a 2020 onwards vehicle, you need to get yourself OBDeleven. Really important. Now VCDS does read the code, but it can only do so offline, and for SFD to work correctly has to be online. Now because OBDeleven works online, it's always connected, it can connect to the Volkswagen servers, and therefore it is granted access to be able to change those codes. If you're using an SFD car, or if you've got a later car and you try to make any changes, those changes won't be accepted by the car because of that protection. And that's why it's important to make sure you've got a system that can allow you to do so, and of course it can with OBDeleven. So if you've got a later car, so that's a 2020 onwards vehicle, and you want to be able to diagnose or to make changes to your vehicle, then at the moment, at the time that this video was released, OBDeleven is the only approved vehicle by the VAG group that can let you do it. And then if you want some reassurance on that, I'll put a link in below so you can check that out. Okay, so my verdict on this little bit of joy here. Well, it is a fantastic tool. If you are in for quick updates and you don't want the hassle of long coding, this is the tool for you. Even if you want long coding, this is still the tool for you. If you're a VCDS owner, should you have one of these? Maybe. I do, because I like to have both tools available to cross-check. If one says one, I want to see what the other one does. Sometimes this can do stuff that VCDS can't do, and vice versa. Both have decent forums, although VCDS forum is much better because it's been around a lot longer and it's moderated by you, who is a stickler for ensuring that the right post or the right type of post goes into the right avenue, and also to make sure you've got a licensed version of VCDS. If you don't bother posting on VCDS. OBDeleven is a little bit more looser, a little bit more free and easy in terms of their forum, so you perhaps won't get the answers that you want. But what I do like about this is that if I'm looking up a code, I can go straight into the code from a link on Google and find it, rather than take the code, which you do with VCDS, and then have to go onto a computer and then Google it. That can be a pain, whereas I can look at the problem straight away with the app on my phone. So there's pros and cons for both. Really, it's down to what you need. If you are not so sure, get OBDeleven. If you are sure, still get OBDeleven. But VCDS is a good tool as well. So the verdict is yours. But in terms of the update, definitely worthwhile getting, especially if you've got a Apple device, and of course the Android one is still available. So hope you've enjoyed this review. Put your questions and your comments down below as usual, and don't forget to subscribe if you are a casual viewer, and click on that bell notification, and we will see you on our regular program on Monday. Have a good weekend.